Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to all of you for the continuous support on the Technology Innovation Hub channel. Now is almost achieved more than 300 subscribers. So this is going to be the channel introduction version 2. And we have done 2 channel introductions. Now this is going to be the version 2 because there are certain new features to be introduced. Let's start, right? So this is the vision and mission. We are aware of this one because this has been given in the version 0 and version 1 as well. So vision to be the ultimate knowledge hub for the most demanding technologies in the industry. The mission to prepare the career of intellectuals to greater heights as per the demanding technologies from the industry. So let's continue. The objectives remains the same: to provide a digital awareness for the beginners, to bridge the gap between the academic knowledge and the industry demands, to build the product champions with long-term technology partners, to align the career with multiple technology providers at mastery scale, to provide a career aligned to the latest industry demand, to provide a career aligned to the latest industry demand. That is as per the latest demand should align your career. To build enterprise solution provider. So those are the objectives just been explained in the previous introductions as well. Okay, let's continue. Now, this is something that we introduced on version 1 of the channel introduction, the capability center. So let me do a walkthrough again on that. This is now as organizations at management level, at C level, definitely they are looking for the growth of their resources in terms of skills. So it is very important to maintain a learning culture within the project environment or within the organization. Whether you now work on remotely, like nowadays, maybe all of you are working from home, but yet whether in on-premise or remote, still you need to have this motivation of continuous learning and continuous innovation. So Technology Innovation Hub is giving the support for that at a very large scale. So that's why this capability center. So in the channel, the sessions has been organized from the beginning. It has been organized to support this hierarchy or the capability center model, right? So let's take a look at it. Now, these things you all are aware, we have the Devops, these are the portals, Devops, Cloud, Microservices, Oracle, Generic. So those are the portals. And in each portal, the sessions are categorized, targeting multiple audiences. It means the audience from the very first start, that means there are beginners, there are mid-senior, and there are senior resources. In terms of experience, the beginners, just entrance to the industry, maybe just after graduation. So interns who are just looking for the industry exposure to get some experience. Maybe they already have placements within their graduation, within the period of their graduation. So those are all beginners. And again, it goes all the way to at least 3 to 5 years. So I have categorized up to 5 years, this beginners level. So what is going to happen for those resources? The channel is presenting sessions between competency level 1 to 10. That is what. So any video, any session comes under this category will be on beginner session. And it is targeted POC, proof of concepts, component base. So what do you mean by that? Because when you're building capabilities, so when you're building competencies, you need to do experiments, right? I mean, you need to build a solution kind of a thing. Otherwise, you need to get some hands-on. So proof of concept, having learned the theory, you are going to implement and see how these components are going to work. This is not a big thing like building a solution as per the client requirement, or it's not going to be something called a very big project. This is a small set of components. You want to see how these things are working together. That is kind of a POC, proof of concept. Now, for example, let's go to the channel. Now, in the channel, you have, this is Devops portal, right? This is Devops portal. In this portal, first we are learning the theory of CI/CD. What is continuous integration and continuous deployment delivery? So having learned the theory, we are doing kind of a POC. We are implementing it and doing some hands-on to see what is the reality of it, how is actually going to work. So that is kind of a example for POCs here. So you can see, so the channel is presenting this series between CP1 to CP10 based on POCs, hands-on, right? So at the end, these resources will get the ideas on how these components are going to work. Now again, going back to channel, this CI/CD will tell you what is a CI server, what is a deployment server. For example, if somebody uses Jenkins as the build server, so as a component, what is the role of Jenkins within the pipeline? So likewise, component based. So you can see in this portal, in this Devops portal, you have a CP1 series, because every portal we are going to have an introduction. Channel introduction is given. Now the channel introduction, that is the industry overview is given. Industry overview is given. Each portal there will be industry overview. So having done industry overview, we are going to have this CP1 series for beginners. That is how the order is going to be, hierarchy of sessions. So you can see CP1, this here is goes up to likewise continuing CP1. Then you can see CP2 here, CP2, and then CP3, CP4, likewise is going. So up to CP10. Now this is not a beginner session. This is for Kubernetes cluster. It is a mid-senior level. So likewise, up to CP10, it's going to be beginners, POC kind of practical. All right, so even in other portals, we have the same hierarchy. Now this is Devops. Now let's go to Oracle portal, right? Even in Oracle portal, so you have the same hierarchy. So this is the installation. I mean, installation everyone has to do to get the environment set up for the practical. So after that, you can, here also we have general industry overview is given. After that, the installation is done. Then we have the CP1 series, CP1, likewise the beginner session, CP2, CP3. So after that, we have CP10, because these things still is videos are coming on, right? So when CP10, that is the mid senior. Okay. So that is the first level of the channel, target audience, beginners. Okay. So the outcome will be component-based knowledge. Okay, having said that, the second one, CP10 to CP20. So that's going to be for mid-senior, between 5 to 10 years of experience in the industry. So this is scenario based. So it's not component. These resources should know how to derive a solution, integrated solution, maybe as demanded by the client. So that is what CP10 to 20, mid-senior level. So the practicals targeted for this session are what? Solution based. So again, if you go back to channel, you will see, so I was in Oracle. No? So in Oracle, we have CP10 series, right? Now, let's say, for example, that is also, this is grid infrastructure. That is also a solution, how to integrate few components and build a solution. So grid infrastructure. And again, you can see this one, ASM online. This is a migration. That is a CP11. That is also between CP10 to 20. So migrating 12.2 CDB to ASM online. So this is how to migrate from a non-ASM CDB database to ASM. So it's a solution, because maybe client currently running on non-ASM environment, but it's a containerized database in 12c. So we need to migrate it to ASM environment online without shutting down. So that is a solution we are building. So likewise, even in Devops, we have, right, even in microservices, we have those things. So that is the second layer. The second target audience, that is CP10 to CP20, which is going to be 5 to 10 years experience beyond this level, and integrated solutions. And the third one is the senior, most senior, above 10 years. So for that, we have allocated more space from CP20 to CP50 because there are a lot of things to do here. A lot of things to do here. A lot of it's going to be not scenario based, not POC. It's going to be pilot project based. That is what is required here because it is we are looking at enterprise grade solutions. Enterprise grade solutions. So these resources, when you're deriving solutions, they need to look at the business architecture, technology architecture, information system architecture. How do you look at organization as an enterprise? So we need to get the building blocks. So architectural blocks within the organization. So that is why it is going to be enterprise grade solution. So that's why we are going to have pilot projects here, enterprise grade solutions. So that is the senior level competence level, the highest competence level pilot project. All right, so that is the way the videos are going to be organized for different audiences. Okay, let's take a look at as next one. What is this pilot project? Because it is a pilot project, so let's take a look at an example pilot project. Okay, so it's like this. So requirement. The first thing is we need to have the requirement. So what is the requirement? Now this example will tell you a requirement e-commerce in the industry. Nowadays it is in big demand because many things are being online now. So therefore supply chain management, everything. And so e-commerce system need to implement a governance model for data visualization dashboard. So a kind of a governance. So it's whenever you say governance, you are looking at something called controlling, right? Between many components, how do you control things, right? The flow of information. So governance, right? Okay, so this requirement in e-commerce environment, right, need to implement a governance model for data visualization. So this is about visualization. So you need to think about an environment like this. Now, we know in e-commerce, you have many components. In e-commerce, we have data warehousing, we have supply chain management, material, and other than that, I mean, the e-commerce system, I mean, in the stores, we have data stores, items, those things also they are not. Okay. So in this case, what is actually needed? What is the exact requirement is, right? The architecture, we go to the architecture diagram, right? Now, there are data visualizations happening because we have operational statistics. Now, as per the business requirements for the management need to see what's happening within the system, how the business is going on. So therefore, they have day-to-day statistics that is known as operational statistics. Similarly, they need business insights. So these both are visualization dashboard. So business insights are mostly required for the C-level, the top management level to see, what is the prediction, how we are going to look for the future, right? How to see the next vision, like a visionary analysis need to be done. So therefore, we need both operational statistics as well as business insights, predictive analytics. Those things also required. So internally, these dashboards are available, but there are parties who are outside to the organization. Maybe stakeholders, people who are interested about the business. Now, for them, we can't present the entire set of dashboard that is happening inside because there are certain confidentiality matters. Due to confidentiality, we can't give all the information to outside. So we need to have some filtering. That's why there's a governance model is required. We need a governance model. Right? So that governance will apply some rules and do some filtrations. Right? Then only the relevant information will be taken out and it will be given to the outside stakeholders or the third parties, whoever people who are interested, whoever people are going to invest further for the e-commerce system. Okay, so that is a kind of a background for the requirement. So let's take a look at the architecture. So this is how it's going to be. So a pilot project, you're going to have architecture. You're going to have architecture. Because what do you mean by pilot project? From the requirement to the design to the implementation to the everything will be done in a pilot project. Because this channel is being planned in such a way. Now, channel has database. Channel has development. Microservices is there. And channel has continuous implement, continuous delivery, continuous deploy, because it has Devops portal and it has cloud portal. So it's ready to, channel is already has put the necessary background to build the enterprise grade solution or to work with this pilot project. So there is no issues at all. We can deploy a complete enterprise grade solution. So that is what pilot project is actually. So you can see in this architecture. Now this is the architecture for this proposed architecture for this particular requirement. But don't worry, I'm not going to go to too much of technical here because this is just the introduction, right? This is the channel introduction. So in the senior above CP20, we will see these projects getting implemented one by one, step by step, practical. All the things will be greatly explained with the upcoming CP20 above sessions. So just to give you an idea, so this is, you can see now, this is going to be a containerization platform. So you can see the Devops pipeline is there, build artifacts is there, and you can see the Kubernetes cluster is available. And you can see this is the existing model. This is what I was telling for internal purposes. We have analytics, we have operational stats, we have a dashboard with business insights. So this is internal, but to outside, to give to outside. So this is the outside. We are going to allow the external third party to access via a web interface. Now, when accessing, access is not given to right away this data part. We are filtering, we are applying a governance model, and we are giving a control set of information to this outside. That is how it's going to be. So that's why the admin portal is there and the dashboards are here. So admin portal is going to do the control, what is, how is going to, I mean, which parts present, which part not to present likewise. And we can make use of technologies like, any analytics platform, like we have Azure Databricks, I mean, it can be Power BI or it can be Google BigQuery, like there are technologies. And for security with certificate authority on and service discovery and all, I have shown Istio here. Istio is implemented here as a service mesh, Istio service mesh. And you can see again, web interface is going through a gateway and ingress gateway is there. So again, for security, and in this internal Kubernetes implementation of the ports, the things are exported via a service, exposed to outside via a service, maybe a load balancer service. So likewise, the architecture is being defined here, and we have the database to get the data via REST calls, REST services. So then likewise, so this is the, I mean, peeling of a, I just want to give you a peeling of a pilot project. What is going to be a pilot project? So not going to get into more technical explanations, but I think now you got the idea what is going to be a pilot project. So these things will be fully implemented from the scratch in the CP20 and above series. All right, so this is pilot project 1. I would like to give another one. So this is another pilot project, just because I need you to thorough on what you are trying to do here. Right? So this is a requirement is what? Design a high availability environment, HA environment. This is purely on Oracle 19c multi-tenant database. So the client requirement is to get a high availability requirement, not a maximum availability architecture with clustering and all, but yet a high availability environment with active data card. So the technology stack going to be something like this, tech stack. We're going to have Oracle 19c, grid infra is going to be there, and we are going to stay away from the traditional ASM library. And we are going to introduce ASM filter drive here, ASM FT, ASM filter drive, which is much more powerful than the ASM library. And 19c active data card will be going to be there to synchronize the two sides. So just to again give you idea about the architecture, so it's going to be something like this. So we are going to have, this is a very, I mean, not too much of technicality is given here, again, just to give you an idea. And we have the primary, this is multi-tenancy, so we have the container database here. And since it is grid implant based on ASM, so our data files are stored on the ASM file system. So we have ASM here, and the pluggable database is there. There can be more than one PDB depending on the requirement of the client, because all the data is going to get stored here. And so this is going to be the primary. So similarly, because the client maybe want to have the 100% workload when it's switched to the standby as the primary. So primary, because this is a critical business. So therefore, they don't want to have 50% load once it's switched to standby. They want to have 100%. So it's going to be a symmetric situation. So therefore, so standby also, we are going to have the same kind of design for the standby side. So this is standby, and a similar ASM and PDB is going to be there. And finally, the site is going to get synced with Active Data Card. So just to quickly present what is the proposed architecture. So again, this thing is going to be fully implemented in the Oracle portal. So as an enterprise grade solution, the previous one may be implemented on Devops portal because it's more of a containerization thing. So likewise. All right. So hope you got the idea about what is pilot project. Okay. So let's continue. And the next thing, evaluation platform. So this has been there in the channel, but let me just give an introduction to you, because beginner sessions are integrated with the questionnaire for them to build more confidence, because they need to thorough on what they have learned. We are a self-evaluation questionnaire for beginner session, self-evaluation, self-evaluate the competency, help to fully comprehend the knowledge. 100% is correlated, because we are expecting to score 100%. If not, revisit the video again and build the competency. Small volume, yeah, because we are not going to present too much of questions. Maximum 10, right? Maximum 10. So no need to, no need to be a burden, just to get a self-evaluation for yourself. Provide a self-guidance of the areas that need more focus. Yes, because these areas you have missed because you cannot score on those areas. So therefore, we need to revisit those things. So that is what the evaluation platform. So this is just a sum, just to take give you an idea about what it look like. But I can show you evaluation. Let me just show you. This is how. This is kind of a example for evaluation. Let's go here. Go to Oracle portal. Right. Let's go to beginner session. Let's see. So let's take a look at this quiz. Right. So it's going to be something like this. So this is only 3 questions, but we have 7 questions, 8 questions likewise. So as per the role, this is on Oracle actually, right? So for others also, even in Kubernetes, I have presented questionnaires, and already the videos are having. At the end, the questionnaires is going to come, because the video is telling at the end, enjoy the questionnaires and you can answer. So questionnaires, it is integrated to the video. Right? All right. So this is, I'm just showing you by taking the questionnaires it separately, but in the channel, you have it integrated to the video itself, right? So this timeline is going. So once the timeline is passed, so the answer is highlighted. So that is what. So it's going to be like that. So at the end, it is being told, you can see, in order to be competent on the subject matter on this video, you should be able to answer all the questions. If not, please revisit the video and build the competence. So that is how. That is why we need 100% correct answers. Okay. So that is that, and that is about questionnaires and evaluation platform. And this will be enhanced in the future. So this is just the starting of evaluation platform. And we have another thing called versioning. So versioning, what is versioning? Versioning is something like this. In the channel, if you take a look at, okay, let's go to our, go to the portals. Now you can see here, if you go to the playlist, so we have a numbering here. 2021 Q2, 2021 Q2. These all portals are being at the moment in the Q2 of 2021. That is where we started. It's just 3 months we have started the channel, only 3 months of right age. So we have that is started on Q2, because we need to do revisions. Minimum, maximum 1 year. Within 1 year, the revision will be done. So we are planning to do it every 6 months, but maximum 1 year. So then this quarter will get changed. Now, once the revision is done, the correct quarter will be applied. So let's say if the revision is done on 2022, then it should say 2022 Q1 or Q2, whatever. This is versioning is introduced. Okay, so that is again for you to get an idea on that. So that is that. Let's continue, and yes, versioning. So these has been explained earlier. The TNS doorways, we know the portals now, Oracle, microservices, Devops, cloud portal and generic portal. Yeah, you know the portals. And in if you take a look at the generic portal, you can see, let's go to the generic portal. You will see a new set of video series being published to get an idea about the career development. So this is from the prenatal stage. Even teachers, parents, I'm highly recommending them to watch this series. So because it's continuously going up to 16 videos, which is a very comprehensive analysis done from prenatal stage. So just take a look at it as well. So that is generic portal. And other portals, we know all of those things because in the previous versions of the channel introduction has given in more detail, so there's no change on that. So this is the Devops portal and it's the same content. So we have been working on these contents up to now. So on the Kubernetes, we have present architecture as well. Not a deep dive, but a mid-level architecture is being given. And so I'm not going to go through again these things. These things has been introduced in the previous versions from the channel introduction. Okay, so that is about the portals and cloud portal also there. And this is generic portal. Yeah, in generic portal building carrier, again, the same thing being introduced in the previous channel introductions. So I think so that is what I had to do in this new version of channel introduction, version 2. All right, so you can continue to enjoy the contents. Okay, I'll see you soon again. Okay, have a great time. Bye.